Hi everyone, thanks for joining us here at the Providence Garden. It's an exciting time of year. The summer solstice passed and suddenly it's super hot out and it's time to harvest things. So today we're going to harvest some of the crops that are ready. We're going to talk about garlic scapes, thinning onions, kohlrabi, tips on broccoli, and some nasturtiums. So we're right here next to our garlic patch, and you can see these here. So this is a garlic scape. It's this curly part that's coming off, and it's actually the flower of the garlic. So that the plant puts more energy into creating a bigger bulb, which is kind of similar like when we're planting tomatoes and you pinch the flowers early season, so it redirects the plant's energy. We want to do the same thing with these garlics, and then the added benefit is that they're delicious. So to harvest these, you just, and there you have it. You can roast these just as they are. You can put them in with pesto, make really delicious garlic pesto, whole bunch of things. Are awesome. They are something that happens in hardneck garlic. So garlic has generally two camps, hardneck and softneck. So the hardneck varieties are the ones that produce these scapes that you want to pinch off and you can eat them. And they are generally bigger, so they're the elephant varieties, where softneck has a longer storage life and can be braided. So there's benefits to both. I really love garlic scapes and the big we planted a lot of hardneck here. But that's that. And at the end of this bed, we also have nasturtiums. So these have these like lily pad-like flowers. You can find these at most garden centers. They're really great. They're beautiful. They spill over, so they're great for, like the end of this bed. As the season continues, they'll probably start spilling over the edge. So I like that for the aesthetic. I have these planted in hangers on my front porch as like the spill of a container gardening, where you have the thrill, the fill, and the spill. And these are also edible. So these leaves are all edible. You can just pinch them off and put them in salads. And the flowers, you can see this orange one here, are also edible. Fun, I think, to add flowers to your salad. It makes it look more beautiful, and these are really spicy. So it has a similar effect to mustard greens, and adds some. So those are there. I really like those, which is another thing that we'll be harvesting today. Or if you just have them on your front porch like I do, it's nice to just be able to go out and pick a few leaves or flowers as they come and toss them right on top of a salad, super fresh. So I'm really excited about this bed. And then if we move right over here, oh, we're back.
Good.
Oop, Jesus. So sorry.
Sorry about that, everyone. We're having some technical difficulties, so we just cut out for a second, but thanks for bearing with us. We're here at our broccoli bed. So we've lost to ants, which I'm still battling, although I think the borax and jam is helping knock them back. But anyway, these plants made it and look really good, and you can see broccoli crowns hiding out in there. So all of these broccoli crowns are edible. So if I wanted something fresh for dinner tonight, I could still cut these and cook these tonight. These probably will get a little bigger, so now's just the time that we start watching them. And when broccoli stops growing, you do want to harvest it. They'll start to turn yellow, which is them flowering. So all these little buds are where they flower. So when it gets to that point, you definitely want to harvest them before they bolt. But yeah, so we'll start watching these. We could harvest these now if we wanted them, or if you have broccoli this size in your garden, start watching. Once you harvest the broccoli head, this variety will produce offshoots. I think most do. And so then it will just be smaller heads that you can, it's almost like pre-cut for your stir fry. So that's something to watch. And we have another brassica that's looking beautiful over here, our kohlrabi. So technologically advancing. So this is our little kohlrabi patch. Kohlrabi is not a vegetable that you'll see very often at grocery stores, but it's really awesome. We have the purple, as you can see, but it also comes in a green, and it's really great to eat fresh with dips. I like to eat it with hummus, and then you can cook it sort of just like any other vegetable. And it kind of, Jason, our farm to school director, just described it as a mixture between a pear and a broccoli stem, which I think is pretty accurate and very delicious. So growing these is really fun, and they are ready for harvest when they're 2.5 to 4 inches big. So some of these
here. You can see is pretty nice looking. So for these, you can just cut right along the root. Or can you? You can also pull them out and cut this off. And then there you go. When you cook these, you do want to take the skin off and peel that and see the sort of light green, white, fleshy inside. Something I just learned is that these leaves are edible, and they're actually one of the best, most accessible sources of iron. So these are great, cut up, you can saute them, kind of work like any cookable green. So this is sort of a double bang for your buck, which is great. And a nice segue into another thing we do here at the Providence Garden is try to... Ruby, it's so hot out. It's so hot. We try to maximize our onion harvest too. So there's a bunch of different varieties of onions we plant out there. Storage onions, sweet onions, small onions, green onions like shallots. And one workaround that we do here at the Providence Garden that is great for small spaces is kind of try to get all of them out of one crop. So we have planted, I actually don't remember the variety, but I think it's just a yellow or white onion. In this bed here. And then one way to kind of get all of those things out of the onions is to plant them closer together than you want their maximum size to be, and then thin as you go. So thinning, it's a garden tactic that you'll need for lots of stuff. Like you need to thin your carrots, just give things enough room to grow. And so we need to do that with these onions, but then when you plant them thick enough to have to thin them, then you get the added benefit of being able to eat them as you go. So like these, can pull these out, and this looks like some really nice green onions to put in your omelets, put on top of a salad, all those things. And then it means the surrounding onions will be happy and healthier throughout the season as you go along. So there's that. I think the very last thing, or some other things that we can harvest in our garden today, is kale. So we can see our kale over here is coming up. And these are smaller than like the bundles you see in the grocery store, but they're perfectly edible at this size too. So this is a nice early season harvest you can have for some more fresh lettuce, things like that. So those are great. And then our zucchinis are coming in. One thing that I haven't tried yet, but we've been seeing on like fancy restaurant blogs, is squash blossoms, like cooking with squash blossoms. So that's something I'm kind of excited about this year, is when you have the fruiting zucchini. At the end is that blossom, and those are edible. So that's something I'm excited to experiment with this year. And then just starting to watch our zucchini. Right now they're like an inch or two long, and zucchinis are actually best. All summer squash are best when they're 3 to 5 inches long, which is kind of smaller than you see at the grocery store. So we're starting to watch those and should be able to harvest those in the next few weeks. And yeah, I think
what about those juicy things behind you?
Oh yes! Thanks for the reminder, Emily. This is maybe our most exciting. It is strawberry season. So we have strawberries growing in here, starting to ripen. So we'll be harvesting some of these today too. Oh, this is a nice one. It's a little white on the bottom, but good.
There's one.
Hi, Ruby.
Yum. Eat this right now. Sorry, backing out of the strawberry patch here.
So that's another delicious treat that we'll be harvesting from the garden today. So be on the lookout for those. We have June-bearing strawberries here, so they produce a big fruit, and then they kind of like teeter out for the season. There's a couple different varieties. You also could have ever-bearing strawberries, which will keep producing all season, but less. So I think either right now should be going off, so take a look at your strawberry patches. And I think that's all for today. Just a little update, as it is really hot. So we're going to start doing these videos Thursday mornings, Thursday at 11. So tune in next week, different time, but same place, and we'll talk more gardening stuff. Thanks for tuning in.